beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield. I represent the swords. Oh, you know what time it is, Raider Nation. Oh yeah, you know what time it is. That's why you're here right now. That's why you take a little bit of time out of your evening to join me. Because you know what time it is. Oh yeah. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I am the Commish, coming to you live from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios, deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. So, night 2 of the Oakland Raiders football drama. And what's up, Michael? What's up, Rip Raider? And just so you know, I'm always on the Raider Reaction Facebook page, the page just for the webcast, always. The Raider Reaction is always streamed there live, so no matter what other channel I'm on, Oakland Raiders football, One Nation, if I'm on this channel, the Oakland Raiders, whatever channel I'm on, always know, you can always find Raider Reaction on the Raider Reaction page. It's always there. It's always shared there live. So regardless of whatever other page I'm on, what's up, Drea? So whatever other page I'm on, because of what other nonsense Facebook's causing, what's up, Ryan? I will always be right here on the Raider Reaction Facebook page, last resort. If you can't find me on any of the others, I'm always here. So just so you know, because the last 2 days, it's been crazy. What's up, Rip? Share it up, guys. Like I said, just like last night, Oakland Raiders football page is having technical issues with Facebook, so nobody's able to post, nobody's able to live stream the show, so unfortunately our show hosts are all going to be here tonight. So hang out with me. Right after me, you're going to have Raider Bear. You're going to have the same lineup you got every night. You're going to have Taz. You're going to have Drea. You're going to have everybody you have every other night. We're going to be right here tonight. So just hold it down. Hang with us all for a little bit. And get through the technical difficulties that Facebook is causing all of us. And we'll get back to our regular home. But if you're wondering why we keep jumping zip codes, that's why. Facebook is causing us issues. So, enough with that. This is Raider Reaction. I am the Commish. We are deep behind the enemy lines like we are every single weeknight. 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. What's up, Ernest? What's up, Chris? Thank you all for joining me. And tonight, we will be discussing minicamp, Feliciano update, the Derek Carr contract, NFL Network's top 100, the top quarterback rivals of 2017, the 2018 picks, cornerbacks, and we'll end the show with my WTH, as I do every singular episode with the Commish. So, like I said, guys, not on the regular channel tonight, so I'm going to need your help, Raider Nation. Share it up, share it up. Get it out there. Let's build the audience for tonight. And I'm going to keep, everybody that joins me, I'm going to keep pumping them. Let's go Cowboys. Oh, come on, man. We don't need that garbage on a Tuesday. I had no problems with Facebook and all the other issues, and then we got a Cowgirls fan jumped up in here already, right out of the gate on Raider Reaction. Good God. Terry, what's up with this nonsense? What's up with this nonsense? We got a Cowgirls fan right out of the gate. So, start off, obviously today, the biggest news in Raider Nation today was this minicamp. Minicamp started this morning, and a lot of wide receiver action out of there. We got to see some defensive action out there, and it's nice just to see guys getting out there, mixing it up, and seeing some action on the field. So I know it's just minicamp. It's only a 3-day thing. It's not a big deal, but it's just nice. We got silver and black out on the football field. We've got action. We got guys roughing it up a little bit, and, you know, it's just nice. Just know we got some action going on. And a Chokers fan. We end up with a Cowgirls fan and a Chokers fan this early in the show? Good God, this is what happens. This is what happens when Facebook causes me issues. And I have to move to a different zip code. Ah. That's alright. I kind of feel sorry for the Chokers. Because they're like your slow little brother. You know, the one that he's not quite all there. And, you know, so you just kind of pat him on the head. And you think, it's okay, little fella. That's kind of the Chokers. It's alright, little fellas. You just hang out with the rest of us. You can stay in the division like our slow little brother. It's alright. We'll let you stay. You just sit in the corner. Sit in the corner on the high chair, little fella. So, mini camps here. Lots of it's just nice. It's just nice seeing silver and black out on the football field. I know it's only 3-day mini camp, but hey, it's nice, man. It's nice to see the guys out there. Nice to see some bumping. Nice to see some moving out there. And wide receivers got a lot of action today. And y'all weak. Y'all weak. Yeah, how many banners you got hanging, boy? Hold on. I'm gonna give him. Come on, you ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Come on, man. A Choker fan don't even have an argument. You have no argument. Do we need to go back and look at tape? Let's go back and look at the tape of your last game in San Diego. You gonna go back and look at that tape? It didn't even look like a home game, bro. Your players were walking off the field like, man, this was disgusting. I never played a game like this in my life where I'm at home and didn't even feel like I'm at home. Yeah, bro. I've seen my team win a championship. You've never seen your team win a championship, I guarantee it. How old do you think I am? I've seen our last Super Bowl win. Have you seen your last Super Bowl win? Please answer, because we all know the answer to that. That's alright, little fella. You sit over in the corner. What's up, jukebox? We'll sit you over in the corner and you go along. Grown folks are talking now. Grown folks are talking. Choker fans, I'm 42 years old, bro. 42. It was in 83. I was 9 years old, man. Do the math. I was watching with my buddy who was a Redskins fan. It was one of the greatest things I ever seen. Marcus Allen, turning it back up the middle, busting it up the gut. But please tell me, how old were you when you watched the Chargers win their Super Bowl? Please tell me. Okay, well, most of them. Well, that ain't me, Deshaun. So if you're going to bring the fire, bring it with your facts correct, all right? Because you're wrong. You're wrong. Now go sit in the corner and be quiet. Grown folks are talking. Thank you. If you haven't won a Super Bowl, you cannot speak. You just watch. Be a spectator. Thank you. All right, now speaking of minicamp, last week I was we had our first injury scare of the season. And it was Feliciano, who's our backup center. And seeing him go down was not a great thing. Not a great thing. Not a great thing. So, Feliciano, what are you talking about? I said go sit in the corner. Choker fan, sit in the corner. Feliciano, you see that? It says Raider reaction. You illiterate fool. It says Raider reaction. You jumped up in a Raider show. Raider fans care about the roster in off-season. Maybe you don't, because you're a Chargers fan, you're a Chokers fan, and you expect your team to suck. Crabtree about to have a bad year. Yeah, whatever. Your number 2 wide receiver's sitting on the shelf right now. He's injured. Your rookie that you just signed when you picked up no talent to cover Phillip Rivers, no quarterback of the future to back up Phillip Rivers. You went and got a wide receiver who's banged up and shelved too. Chargers are garbage. Done with you. No more time spent on a Chokers fan. I'm telling you, you guys need to, you don't even belong at the grown folks table. Go sit in the corner with the little kids. Eat your mandarin oranges and your cottage cheese. And have your cookies. See ya. Hey man, we win championships and we raise banners where we live. How you doing? How you doing? You go 14-2 and fire your coach because you guys are a joke of a franchise. Joke! Alright, moving on. Feliciano. So, our first injury scare of the season, it was great. At least our first injury scare of the season was a backup, and not a huge concern because Carr Insurance were healthy across the front line. Healthy, healthy, healthy. Ha ha! V, laying it out there. Laying it out there. So, Raiders, John Feliciano. The first news I heard, he walked off okay last week. He walked off under his own power, everything was okay. MRI sounded like everything was okay. Now, Feliciano did not participate in practice today, or mini camps today. And the word is he's not going to participate in mini camps until, well, at all. He's not going to participate until training camp gets here. So he is shelved. It's probably just precautionary because, you know, there's no sense in sending your backup center out there who's an integral part of what we got going on the offense, sending him out there and getting anybody banged up. So, you know, it's probably just precautionary, but I don't like Michael was now, Michael stopped in a while back, and Michael was cool about it, so what's up, Michael? Even though your Colts still suck, but, you know, it's alright. We won't get into the neck beard tonight. We'll save that for another time. But, Feliciano, he's getting held out, and it's just smart, man. There's no sense in injuring a guy that could possibly be a very, very integral part of the Carr Insurance and our offensive line in minicamp. There's no need for that. The guy tweaked his knee a little bit, needs to sit out, needs to rest it, needs to relax. You know, just be there, don't participate. Soak it in. Get the mental stuff, but just take it easy. We don't need you getting hurt. We do not need that at all. So, he's really the only, knock on wood, only injury we have had thus far in the offseason. Is Feliciano. It appears to be minor, just precautionary. So, sticking with our offense, here's a story that I just had to share with you guys because I saw this one today, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I should have saved this for my WTH. I should have saved this for my WTH. But it was just too good. I had to put it out to the beginning of the show. So, Bleacher Report, Chris Sims, who was a former NFL quarterback, son of Phil Sims, where did he play? He played for the Bucks. He played for the Broncos. He bounced around. He started a few places. I mean, he was an NFL quarterback, so I'll give him credit where credit is due. He's got me beat, so, you know. Doesn't mean, just because you play football, does not mean your football mind is any smarter than anybody else's. And sometimes, these old athletes, old football players, you just kind of wonder, how many shots to the head did you take? Because some of the things they say are just like, he was a Gruden boy. Gruden thought he was going to be something. It might have ended up helping kill Gruden in Tampa Bay. But Derek Carr's Chris Sims of Bleacher Report is coming out and saying, if I'm Oakland's quarterback, Derek Carr, there is no way I play this season unless I'm making franchise quarterback money. Carr has proven that he's borderline elite quarterback. He's at least one of the 10 best signal callers in the game. The Raiders offense doesn't have much to work with without him either. Yeah, Oakland has offensive weapons, but the clutch comebacks we saw in 2016 were all Derek Carr. He is saying Carr should hold out right now and he should not be in training camp. He should not come to minicamp. He should not come to training camp. He should hold out now. Demand the contract. Sign the paperwork. Let's get it done. That's his take, is Derek Carr should sit out and force the Oakland Raiders' hands. Not only is that a bad team move, that's a bad morale move. That looks bad to your organization. That looks bad to your teammates. That just looks bad to the fans. That looks bad all the way around when you sit out. Derek Carr's not the type of guy who's going to sit out. He has faith in the organization. He has faith in the coaches. He has faith in everybody that the deal is going to get done. And he's going to be taken care of. Because there will not, next year is when Mac gets signed. They took the 5th-year option on Mac already earlier in the offseason to push the signed Mac's contract to next season. That allows them the money and the liberty to work through Derek Carr's contract and Gabe Jackson's contract and get those done. But the fact that I seen this article that was calling for Derek Carr to hold out, I just couldn't. That was just more than I could handle. I'm like, are you kidding me? He does not have the type of character for a guy that would force a holdout. He's not Odell Beckham. He's not Cam Chancellor. He's not one of these guys that are going to be the me guy and hold out. I completely believe if Derek Carr didn't get a contract, he goes into the season, he turns his phone off like he said, and it's business. It's all business. And it's really going to suck in the offseason when you got to deal with it. So of course DC's going to play ripped. I don't even think that's a question. But the biggest question is not whether or not he's going to play, it's whether he's going to get that contract. Now I don't think that there's a chance in hell that he does not get the contract before training camp is over. Don't think there's any chance in that. I think that's taken care of. I honestly think it's done before we even get into training camp. I don't think they want to drag it out. I don't think they want to keep having the talk. It's a distraction, and I don't think anybody wants a distraction, including the Oakland Raiders. I think it's mutual. I think they both want to get the deal done. Both sides want to get the deal done. And the calling for a holdout is, you can't be a team player and hold out. I'm sorry, you can't. You cannot be a team player and hold out. You just can't. You just can't. Because that means you are looking at yourself over the team. And that you have no faith in your employers to get done what you're needing to get done. So, I agree, it probably is some fake news crap. I believe we'll get it done too. I agree. I agree 100%, JC. I think it's going to get done. I think the deed will get done. And I think he's going to be the $25 million man, Jimbo. I do believe we're going to see the NFL's first $25 million man, and he's going to be wearing silver and black. So, I'm hoping, but we'll see. Like I said, this to me, of all the things that we had to deal with in the offseason, the Carr contract was the least of my concerns. It honestly was. Because I know how high on the priority level it is for the guys that it really matters to, and I know they'll get it done. I just know they'll get it done. I'm not even concerned about it. And I just thought this was an absolutely ridiculous news story. This is an off-season news story. Trying to get clicks and trying to drive you to their website. That's all this garbage was. Just like the story of a few weeks back when Carr was mad because he didn't have his contract yet. Carr's upset. Carr's disgruntled. That was a bunch of BS too. Nobody's disgruntled. Nobody's going to hold out. DC is just fine. Him and Reggie, they'll sit down. They'll get the deed done. They'll get it taken care of. It's not a concern. Let's move on. Now, speaking of Derek Carr, there's every Monday, because they're milking this thing as long as they possibly can. The NFL Network Top 100. They've milked this thing as long as they can, and we're into the top 20 now. Now what's interesting is we've only had a couple guys on the top 100 thus far. We had our first one. The hate is real, bro. The hate is real. Now, the first one we had pop break the was 95 Colicchio Simile. Ernest, I seen your questions about linebacker, bro. I'm gonna get there. It's on my agenda for tonight, so you hang tight, hang tight. Then we broke 53, a big jump up for Amari Cooper. Now that's only 2, Raider Nation. That's only 2 out of the top 100. Out of the top 100, that's only 2. Only 2. Now we're at 20, guys. Stop and think about it. How many Raiders are left that you know are in the top 100 players? DC's up there. You know the Defensive Player of the Year's up there. Khalil Mack. Osimile made it. You telling me D-Pen ain't on there? Did they leave D-Pen off altogether? He's not a top 100? He's a left tackle that allowed 1 sack in 641 pass protected snaps? And you're telling me he's not in the top 100? There's 3. There's 3. Cooper's at 53. Crabtree can't be in the top 20 ahead of Cooper that far. So you're telling me Crab doesn't even make the list at all? At all? At all? Come on. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So, now when you stop and think about it, you stop to look and see, now where does Derek Carr and Khalil Mack fit in? I agree. They could all be on there, Kenneth. All of them. They could all be on there. Oh, Ryan, you ain't lying. He's got some big shoes to fill, man. You're stepping into the ghost shoes. You're stepping into the ghosts. That's, you know. Hey, man, every Monday and Wednesday, we go Ghost to the Post right here on Raider Reaction with Prime and the Commish. And we spin it league-wide, drop back deep. And the reason I named the show Ghost to the that feature segment on Monday and Wednesdays Ghost to the Post is for the amazing respect that I have for that guy. And I wanted to name. I wanted a Raider ring. I wanted something that sounded cool, and Ghost to the Post just sounded bad ass. That's what we went with. And it stuck. Ghost to the Post with Prime and the Commish every Monday and Wednesday on Raider Reaction. We drop back deep in the pocket, let it fly league wide. We'll be here tomorrow. So now, DC's top 10, man. He's got to be. You know, how does the Defensive Player of the Year not be top 10 too? I mean, how is that possible? Now let's just look at the other quarterbacks that he's already eclipsed. You had Andrew Luck at 51. Everybody was telling us how great old Neckbeard was. He's the next greatest thing since sliced bread. He's only ranked number 51. Marcus Mariota, other great young quarterback. Future, just like DC, right? Yeah, he's number 50. Cam Newton, been to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. He's 44. Matthew Stafford, another one of supposedly the elite quarterbacks of the league. He's 31. Russell Wilson, Super Bowl winning quarterback. 24. Raplesberger. Raplesberger. Don't let your daughters get caught in a bathroom stall with Raplesberger. It's my public service announcement for the day. He's 22. So where's that leave DC? That tells you where the guys in the league that play between the sidelines with Derek Carr understand. What's up, Taz? Understand how good Derek Carr is. Now, Raider Nation, we've been looking at this kid for a couple seasons now. We seen him coming. We seen him on the up and come. But it wasn't until last season that the world really took notice and saw what we seen. And the players on the field have been seeing it for 3 years. That's why they're going to rank Derek Carr as high as he is. That's why Derek Carr is ranked ahead of all these other guys. That's why Derek Carr is getting put up there. As much as I hate him with a passion, they're putting him up in the Tom Brady category. That's big, Raider Nation. I mean, I don't hold a lot of stock in the top 100 thing. I don't hold a lot of stock in it. It's a bunch of BS. I mean, come on. They put J.J. Watt on the list, and he already even played last season. J.J. Watt played as much last season, about as much as I did. And they put him on the top 100. So, you got to take it all with a grain of salt. But, this is voted on by the players. So, when you start to see the guys at the top of the list, that holds a little credence to me. That holds a little water to me. When you see that they're getting voted by their peers to be among the best in the league. He's among his peers. These are the guys he works with, the guys he punches clock with every day and goes out there. They see him every Sunday. These are the guys he plays against, and they think he's among the best. So it's not just us, Raider Nation. The rest of the world is seeing it too. And when he puts that ink to the paper, he becomes the first $25 million man. You know, it's easy when you come in and you're not expected to win. Hey, he did, Daniel. He called him out and says, he tweeted right at him. Said, come on, man. It's easier to win games in the NFL when you're flying in under the radar and nobody expects you to be elite, to be one of the top offenses, to be a high-scoring juggernaut of a team. It's easy to come in under the radar. It's not so easy the next season when you come in and now you're expected to win those games. See, we weren't expected to win all those games last season. We just won them. We were above the curve. Now this season, it's going to be a little different. Teams are going to be aiming for us. They're going to be expecting what the Raiders are bringing. They're going to be expecting a solid offensive line and weapons all across the offensive board. They're going to be expecting an MVP quarterback. They're going to be expecting Defensive Player of the Year and an improved defense. There's no more sliding under the radar now, Raiders. No more, Raider Nation. We're on it. Bullseye is on us, Tam. And we're going to... But do you know what? I think our team's ready for that. I think we're ready for that bullseye. So, because that is the sign of a championship team. Like I've said before, usually you want a gradual incline of your team. You want to start out, a little improvement. They hit 8 or 8, 9 and 7. Make the playoffs. Make it in a little bit. Make the playoffs. Then the next year is when you really start to challenge. Because that first year when they make new team make the playoffs, they haven't been there before. The butterflies get to them. They don't understand the hype. There's a lot on the line. They had injuries last season. Typically when a team takes this gradual incline, the first year in the playoffs they don't do a lot. And then over the next year or two is when they really make their big splash. Next 2 to 3 years is when they make their big splash. Because the first season that you make the playoffs, it's not expected for you to make it. And you make it. Now the next season, you're expected to make it. So now, your team has to come out there with a different swagger than they had the season before. They got to come out there knowing they can win now. Because they've proven to themselves the year before they can do it. Knowing they can go to the playoffs. Because they've proven to themselves the year before they can do it. Knowing you've got a team around you. Because you proved the year before that you do. So everything's different the second year. After you've made that big climb back to relevancy. So, this is the year when everything starts to come together. When you start to win the games. That everybody starts to believe. You filled all the holes. It's going to be a beautiful thing this year. Raider Nation, it is going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. Defense does have to step up now. Tana, defense does have to step up now. Big time. Now, when you're looking at defense, Ernest, I didn't forget about you, brother. I hope you didn't leave me. Because I'm about ready to get into some linebackers here for you. So I hope you didn't leave me, brother. But, obviously, linebacker has been... What's up, Toe? Linebacker has been the biggest question mark on the defense. Is how's our linebacker situation going to be? We got Bruce Irvin, so we're solid there. Now, you're looking at the other side. I had big question marks, Ernest. I had big question marks about the signing of Jelani Jenkins. Jelani Jenkins has not played much the last 2 seasons. He's been banged up. Now, I understand he's an athletic guy, and they've got a lot of upside on him. Well, we're getting the middle next. Hold on. Now, he's got a lot of upside. So, if Jelani Jenkins can hold down his end, Bruce Irvin can hold down his end, and if Jelani Jenkins can stay healthy, I think we're okay at the outside linebacker position. Now, we've got some guys behind them. We got Shalik Calhoun, who I really think needs to have a big year this season. I need to see him step up. We got Kauser, we got Ball, and we got Norman. We got some other guys over there. But our big question is at middle linebacker. Ben Heaney is still banged up from last season. So he is not 100%. He is not available like we need him to be available. Hopefully he will be about by the season. We're still got Corey James that we're leaning on. He's probably what you're looking at the number 1 right now, if I had to guess where we were right now. Now we got 2 rookies, Ernest, that I'm excited about that are sitting behind him. One you hit already, Markel Lee. He was our number 4. What's up, Raider Rick? Thanks, brother. Appreciate NorCal Raider Rick in the house. So, all right, Brian, I will still be here. Brian's always very polite. He tells me when he's leaving. He tells me when he's back. So you got Marquel Lee, and you got Najee Harris. Now, Najee Harris is an interesting story. This is a kid who comes out of small little Wagner College in either Long Island or Staten Island, New York. Can't remember which one. That's right, Share Warriors. We need them, Dorothy, and you're one of the top ones. You're always helping out. I appreciate all you guys helping out, especially with the way Facebook has been doing us over at Oakland Raiders football page. They've been giving us a hard time the last 2 nights. Nobody's been able to go on there, so here we've all had to bounce out, go to different pages. Now we're having to share around, and so we can keep in contact with all you guys and we don't lose you. You go pop it in there to see where we're all at, like we're there every single night, and then we ain't there. So, appreciate you all sharing and keeping us relevant. Now, Najee Harris comes over from Wagner College. Little university now. Completely undrafted. Comes in the rookie camp for a tryout. A tryout. Just a tryout at the rookie camp. This kid leaves with a multi-year contract. So tell me he didn't bring the fire. I mean, that's like some made-for-TV movie right there, man. You got some kid from a little small school, everybody looked over him, nobody'd ever given him any respect, and he comes in, just walks on at rookie camp and blows up and leaves with a multi-year contract. That's right. You know it, Raider Rick. So, that is one of those feel-good, cool stories that you're like, that's just awesome, man. The kid walks in off the freaking street, basically, from some little podunk college that nobody's ever heard of. His name is Najee Harris. N-A-J-E-E Harris. Look him up. He has been, I believe it was a 3-year contract that he was signed to at rookie camp. So, tell me that kid didn't come in and blow it up. When you're a rookie that nobody even drafted you, not only did you, hey man, we're going to keep you around, we're going to leave you on the 90-man roster. No, we're not going to keep you around and maybe cut you. We're going to sign you to a contract. That kid must have came in and balled out. So, there's some interesting things going on at middle linebacker. And Perry Riley Jr. is still hanging out there. That's what I'm saying, Ernest. This kid came home, this kid came in, he's like, listen, I'm coming out there. I'm flying out to Oakland. I'm going out there. My entire career is on the line for this 1 or 2 days. And I'm going to go out there and lay it all on the line. Isn't that the type of player we want on our team? Some kid like that who knew it was his only shot to possibly ever be a pro. He completely did not make the draft. Nobody drafted him, and he comes out and lays it all on the line. Najee Harris, John. Najee Harris comes in and grabs a contract. Those are the kind of stories that you like to hear. You know? Those are the kind of stories you get. Me too, Ernest. I don't know why we haven't brought him back, but he's still out there, which just makes me question. He's still out there. How's Perry Riley Jr. still out there? I don't get it. But like I said, we've addressed all of the holes on our defense. Things are looking a lot better. We still got some question marks. Sean Smith's a big question mark. We had a heated discussion earlier with the One Nation boys over on the One Nation Live, and then the little group chat over there. We was chatting it up about Sean Smith earlier, and we got some difference in opinions on Sean Smith. Now, my opinion on Sean Smith is, and I say not so quick now, Ernest. Not so quick. My opinion on Sean Smith is what I seen last season was not a guy that was not talented and was not quick and was not fast, could not play his position. Because I seen a guy who was very, very talented the year before in KC. Last year, he got burnt. He got burnt like toast all season last season, Toe. But everybody's going to get burst by AC, so we can't hold that against him. But what I've seen about Sean Smith was he was out of position a lot. He wasn't handing off receivers properly. He wasn't in the scheme properly. It's like he just was out of position. He didn't get it. He wasn't where he was supposed to be. Now that, guys, is not a lack of talent. That is a lack of not understanding your scheme and not quite getting it your first season. Now, not every season when a free agent comes in is an automatic click and everything clicks and everything works out perfect. Sometimes it takes a year of getting together, getting the defensive coordinators. They've shifted around the defensive coaches a little bit, and sometimes it takes a year or two. He's got a new defensive back coach. They moved Rod Woodson to corner coach. So, things are going to be different. He's got different coaches in his ear. And I'm giving Sean Smith this year before I call him a bust. Before I call him a bust, I'm giving him this year. Now, I do think there's a very, very good possibility that Sean Smith could lose his position. Could lose it to Connolly. Possibly even Obi. I still say Obi's going to slide up and play some corner. I don't think he's just going to be safety. I think the starters coming out in week 1 are going to be Reggie Nelson, the Predator, and Carl Joseph. Obi's going to be sliding in. He's going to be a Swiss Army knife at defensive back. They're going to use him as safety and they're going to use him at corner. I'm telling you. Until they figure out what to do with him. He's going to get a lot of playing time because I think they're going to use him all over the field. Until they figure out that little niche where it fits in. I think the first couple weeks, you're going to see a little bit of musical chairs back there in the defensive back position. Trying to feel things out. I've heard that too, Lions. I've heard that too. That if he beefs up, we talked about that earlier. I think King, when you and I talked about that earlier, that if he puts a little weight on, there's a possibility. There's a possibility you can see him slide over. He needs probably a season to put some weight on him to get in an NFL weight program and put the weight on him. Man, that's a big, strong kid. He's got some wingspan on him, and I can see him covering tight ends. I can see him helping to slide down and cover where we didn't have any coverage last season. Because, man, our middle linebackers couldn't cover anybody with a blanket last season. So we got to improve. Covering the tight ends coming off the line, covering running backs out of the backfield. We need to improve on that. Because we were getting beat on short yardage stuff and we were getting beat deep. Our defense was just, we were smelling like burnt toast all over the season last season. And when you got an offense putting up points like our offense is putting up, you can't be giving it up on the back end like that. So, I mean, if we can cut that in third, Raider Nation, if we could cut down the points we gave up last season in a third, just a third, hell, if we could do it a fourth of what we gave up last season, with the improvements that we made on offense, and how elite we're going to be on offense this season, if our defense and these young kids that we added can just hold it down a little bit better than last season, Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Super Bowl. I'm a big fan of Pagano being in the defensive mix. Ken Norton Jr.'s on the hot seat, and Pagano's breathing down his neck. Because if there's anything slips up on that defensive front, he gonna get the hook, and Pagano's gonna step right in. Ooh, King, I hope you're right, brother. I hope you're right. Because man, if we get a top 10 defense to go with the offense, oh good Lord, oh, that'd just be nastiness. That'd be nasty. We'd be like the Warriors. Everybody be calling us out for stacking the team like the Warriors. Man, that's all I heard today. You know, hey, come on, you gotta give them congratulations. They won, man. They would come down to it. They won. They had the better team. They should have won, but come down to it. Now there's another corner. I don't know if you guys have heard about this guy. I'm with you. Toe, that's what I predicted too, man. 3 losses, we're going to win the Super Bowl. That's what I predicted. We're on the same page, brother. Now, an undrafted free agent rookie, cornerback, Anthony Siafi is another guy who's catching a lot of buzz at corner. Siafi is a former 4-year starter at Rutgers. He had 168 tackles, 8 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, and 2.5 sacks while at Rutgers. 4.37 40. He's got blazing speed. He's strong. And he's been impressive so far. I hope you're right, Dorothy, because that's the kind of wrong I want to be. I want to be wrong that direction. So here's another guy. I'm telling you guys, the holes on defense were really, really addressed. It's all going to come down to how the young guys we drafted last season, Ward, Calhoun, how the young guys from last season take that one more step this season. How, yes, Siafi, CIOFFI. Look him up, guys. Look him up. He's making a name for himself out there in the mini camp and at the rookie camp. So he was an undrafted free agent, corner out of Rutgers. He's making some noise. He is making some noise. So he's another one we get. That's what I'm saying. The defense, all of the holes were addressed. We addressed holes last season. Now we need the guys from last season to take the next step. We need the guys that we drafted this season to take their step. If the guys that we put in the places to fill the holes take a step and can produce just a little bit, we don't need you to be superstars at all these positions. Just do your job. If you do your job, we have enough playmakers on defense at key positions that if you just do your job, things will be okay. We have a prolific offense. We are going to put up scores. We are not going to win games 13-10. We're going to light it up. Going to light it up. Hold on. Samoan. No. Samoan. No, the guy who's Samoan is Luani. He's the guy from Samoa that you're thinking about, Toe. He's the one from Samoa. Here's a little interesting fact, tidbit, a little interesting nugget of Raider trivia for you. The only player in the NFL draft this season that did not play his high school football in the 50 states was Luani, quarterback, safety for the Raiders. He played in Samoa. Played his high school ball in the American island of Samoa. The only player in the entire NFL draft this season that did not play his high school ball in the 50 states inside the United States. So, there's an interesting little Raider tidbit fact for you there. You can be there. You wait till next season, you pull that out. Let that one marinate a little bit. You pull it out later in the season. Be like, did you know? I'll bet you a beer. Maybe that'll win you a free drink at the bar next time when you're out watching the Raiders game with your buddies. You can be like, you know what? I've got something that you don't know about this year's draft. So, now looking at the upcoming season, looking at the quarterbacks that we're having to face, because I broke down this upcoming season about 6 different ways to Sunday. And there's one last there's another little spin at it. Look at the quarterbacks that you have to play that would be considered a challenge. The first one you're really going to face that's considered possibly a problem is Kirk Cousins in week 3. I don't think Cousins has the weapons. There's a freaking fire sale in D.C. They got rid of everybody. They got rid of Deshaun Jackson. He's got no weapons around him. I don't see Kirk Cousins as a problem. Honestly, don't. I've been on the record fairly adamantly that we will be 8-1 going into the bye week. I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to be a problem for us. Now, the next quarterback that you see on our radar coming down the pike that could be a problem for us that I see is Choker's quarterback, Philip Rivers. Rivers has history of putting up big numbers against us. Our defensive backs and safeties have a history of giving up big plays and allowing big plays. So, even though the Chargers suck, the Chokers are what they are, he worries me. And this is the stretch of games in this first part of the season where I think we're going to get our first loss. Like I said, we're going to go into the bye week 8-1. But when you look at the schedule, you look at these tripping points. You look at the fact that you went to Tennessee to open the season, you won. You won your home opener against the Jets. You went back across the country and you beat the Skins. And then you come home and you stop at Denver on your way home and beat up the Donkeys. So you're 4-0 and you're going home after 3 out of 4 road games in your first 4 games, feeling like $1 million. You're 4-0. And then you got Baltimore, the Chokers, and then Kansas City on Thursday night. It's just a setup. That's one of them. I'm telling you, the Baltimore or the Chokers game is a trap game, man. It's going to be one of those games that just freaking gets away from us. You're going to come in there. And we're gonna be 4-0 after we take down the Donks. We're gonna be 4-0. We're taking it to Donkeyville, and we're leaving with a W. We're 4-0, and we're coming back to the Coliseum feeling like $1 million. And you let your guard down against Baltimore, or you beat Baltimore, you're 5-0, and you're still feeling like $1 million, and you let your guard down against the Chokers a little bit. One of those two, I think, is gonna steal one from us at the end of the game. I don't think they're gonna blow us out. I don't think they're gonna beat us up or anything like that. But I think it's just gonna be one of those where it just gets away from us. That's where I see the first loss coming in. And that's Philip Rivers worries me. Because he's the type of guy that they'll give him the chance to throw 450 yards a game because they ain't got nothing else. And then sometimes the ball just drops in your guys' hands. And it's just a concern for me. Another one who's a little bit of a concern for me too is Alex Smith. Just like Philip Rivers, we got to play him twice. We didn't play well against Alex Smith last season. We didn't. Although, I believe the Chiefs peaked last season, and we're going to see them start to come back to reality this season. I think last year was their peak. They've turned their back on Alex Smith, basically. They got rid of Mackler, ripped him out from under him. He's a friend of his. They didn't even tell him he was releasing him. You released your franchise quarterback's number 2 wide receiver, and you didn't even tell him. Then you go out, you draft a new quarterback, and you tell your franchise quarterback that we're only good with you for this year, bro. Then we may be going with this kid. So, Andy Reid's been there. He's had his chance. He's put all his pieces in. And the peak was last season. That peak is gone. They hit the peak. No way. They hit the peak. He's over. Done. So I don't think Alex Smith's going to be a bigger problem for us. I think we got the Chiefs number this year. What's up, JD? I think we got the Chiefs number this year. I think we got him. So I'm not as concerned about Alex Smith as I am about Philip Rivers. I think we're going to sweep the Chiefs this season. I don't see the Chiefs getting either one of those games from us. I think where the Chiefs land in our schedule, we're going to be so ready for those games and hyped for those games. The first time we play them is at home on Thursday night in prime time. We're going to be so freaking hyped for that game. You kidding me? We're going to rip their heads off. We're going to be so up for that game. That's going to be the biggest game of the year right then. We're going to be coming into that game at 6-1. And you don't think we're going to be hyped for that Chiefs game? Oh my God. And then at the Chiefs is coming after a 3-game homestand. And we're going to be ready for that one too. So, I'm not as concerned about that one. Now, it's 2 quarterbacks that we have down the stretch that are probably our biggest concerns that I see. If I'm just looking at quarterbacks that we should be concerned about. Obviously, one's old softy balls, Tom Brady. You know, we got him in Mexico. I think we got him because we're coming out of our bye week when we go to Mexico. That's going to be 2 weeks, and we're going to be ready for that. That's like a little mini Super Bowl. That's like a little mini playoff. We're going to be ready for that game. We're going to be up for that game big time. Now, the next one that I'm concerned about is, this is my second trap game of the schedule that I see, is we come out of the bye week. We go into the bye week at 8-1. We got 2 weeks to get ready for New England and Mexico. We go down, we beat New England. Now you're 9-1. You're feeling like $1 million. You're going home for 2 straight games. Again. This is when you come in and you can just let your guard down just enough that somebody steals one from you. We got Denver, got the Donkeys at home, followed by the Giants, with another quarterback that I am concerned about, Eli Manning. Eli Manning has added weapons all around him at wide receiver. I know that Eli is not flashy all the time, but it's the end of the season. I believe the Giants are going to be deep in a hunt, and they're going to be running the show in the NFC East, and there's a possibility that that is our second area. Because, man, it's hard to look across the Raiders' schedule and for me to predict a loss. Because I honestly think every week we suit up and just go out there, we're going to win. I thought that when we were 2-14. I thought every week we'd win. That's just the kind of fan I am. So it's hard for me to look across the schedule and be objective and try to pick places that we can lose. But I'm also a realist. I know we're not going to go 16-0. So you've got to look at the schedule and the way it's set up. And when teams just let their guards down just a little bit, it only takes a little. Oh, Toe. We haven't beat them forever, and I'm going to be at that game, Toe. We cannot lose to the Dolphins, because I'm going to be at that game. That's the closest game to home for me this season. So I'm going to be at that. That's the only game that I'm going to be at and be able to take my entire family. I'm probably going to be at some other ones, but that's the only one that I'm going to be able to take my entire family to. So we cannot lose that game. Oh, no. That game we cannot lose. So I'm counting that one as a W. I'm counting that as a W. Because I'm going to be there. I'm hoping my presence will will us to beat the fish. To beat them. Because, yes, we have not beat them for a minute. It has been a while. It has been a while. And we are due. They are the ones that have, over recent history, have had the most success against us. So, it's an interesting little spin there. Now, I don't know if anybody caught this story. This was kind of the story was buried in the news cycle, but this was kind of a big deal. The Oakland Raiders suffered a few free agent losses during the 2017 season, and 2 of them really left impact. We lost Latavius Murray, lost Stacey McGee, lost Malcolm Smith, lost Malik Watson. We did add Jared Cook, we did add Cordarrelle Patterson. But it sounded like that the Raiders are in line to possibly get the most compensatory picks in 2018. And I know that's a buried news story. It's not big news because that's talking 2018 draft picks. But hey, man, that's a big thing. Extra players is a big thing. Extra draft picks is a big thing. Especially after the draft we had this year. And now we're going to get more picks next year? More picks for Reggie to play with? Oh, hell yeah, he's an upgrade, Kenneth. You better believe it. So that was just a nice little story buried in the news cycle that I wanted to share with everybody. I thought that was nice in the news cycle. So, every single weeknight, Raider Reaction, and typically on Oakland Raiders football page, which we'll be back there in a day or two. Oakland Raiders football page will get fixed. We'll be back to normal. But right now we're on Oakland Raiders page. But no matter what page I'm on, we always go coast to coast. We start with an hour here on the East Coast with the commish and Raider Reaction, with a solid hour of Raider flavor and insight. And then I throw it deep to the West Coast, to the infamous Raider Bear, who takes it for another solid hour. That's how we do it. We go back-to-back, coast-to-coast every single weeknight, starting at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. So, when I wrap up, you got some Raider Bear right here, so stick around. We got the same lineup you normally have on Oakland Raider football. It's just right here tonight because of some technical difficulties on the other page. But just give it time. We'll be back there in a day or two. So, it's all good. Speaking of that, the whole thing just irritates me. There's no reason Facebook has to be as difficult on everybody as they do. I've been posting videos and streaming stuff to YouTube for years. YouTube will just mark your videos with copyright material in it, but they will not blackball you like Facebook does and ruin your mojo and allow you to not do what you do on a daily basis. So why can't they just mark your videos that this has copyrighted material in it? Because what YouTube does is it will mark it with copyrighted material, and then if there's any monetary value made off of your video on YouTube, the person that has the copyright on that video will get paid. So they're getting paid even if your music's in there. So I don't understand why Facebook is making everything so difficult on everybody. But that's my WTH for tonight, because they've been causing me problems for the last 2 days. They're causing all the Oakland Raider football host problems. So Facebook, what the hell? Ease up. Ease up. So, thank you all for joining me. For those of you that found me, I appreciate it. Appreciate you joining me. Like I said, it's been hard to find us, but just know, every single weeknight, the commission is always on the Raider Reaction page. So if you can't find me on any other page, always know I'm on my page, on Raider Reaction page. Because if I'm on Oakland Raiders football, it's always shared live to the Raider Reaction page. If I'm on this one, it's always shared live to the Raider Reaction page. If I'm on one live, it's always shared live to the Raider Reaction page. No matter where I'm at, it's shared live to the Raider Reaction page. And Hardcore Challenge, live, webcasts. Go check out the YouTube page. Every single webcast is archived there. So go subscribe, check out all the old flavor from last season and everything else. Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, every single buddy that showed up and hung out with me tonight. I appreciate it. Tomorrow night, we'll be back. Now it's time for the Raider Bear. Finish off Coast to Coast Bear. Peace, love, Raider Nation.